Hey guys! So, spring has arrived. Not sure if you can tell, but there is dirt. Just figured I'd give you guys a quick peek at what the beginning of April looks like if I don't fall. So there's a plum tree. And I forgot to put the collars on them, but I don't see any mouse damage so far, so I think we're probably in the clear, at least for that one. I'm gonna have a look at... Okay, so one of the things about putting straw down to protect stuff is it freezes onto the ground. So it's gonna take a little bit longer to thaw out. But you can see a little onion stubby there. And you can see the thyme is actually evergreen underneath there as well. But the rest of that is still frozen pretty solid. And there is lots of snow. The moss is so pretty this time of year as well, when everything else is just dead. Not expecting to see signs of life really, just seeing things melt. That being said, I have cleared the straw off of my perennials wherever I could, to prevent them from molding too much, and hopefully they can grow on up through there. Some of these might not come back, and that's fine. The heavy Chinooks we had in the spring, in midwinter, our soil actually thawed out here completely. So our soil is totally thawed up around the house, as you can see. But if I take a step in this direction, it goes down about that far. And if I take a couple steps further away, oh, there it's fairly deep actually. It's getting some good resistance there. And then on the snow line, it's just about an inch of spongy muck. So the juniper looks great there. A bunch of stuff is just hanging out. Some things are a bit evergreen, like this snow in summer here. It's actually just totally soft and pliable and will continue growing as soon as the ground is thawed, but it's still frozen solid here. So some things are evergreen, even in zone 2. Such as these here. These are Arctic Fire Dianthus. They're a dwarf dianthus variety. This ground is frozen about an inch down, pretty much everywhere. And yet, this guy is just fine. Some of that will die off this spring, but there's always a little bit of green growth that comes through. You can see the beginnings of what will be this year's fresh growth right in there. It's always one of the best parts of spring. It might not look like much yet, but the pumpkin patch is almost completely thawed, with the exception of this area here. So what happens when you leave standing foliage, I'll just walk on over in the direction of the sunflower patch here to demonstrate this. When you leave a couple of things standing loosely, they don't stop too much snow, but as you get over here, you might notice, and it's maybe a little hard to tell here, but the area where the sunflowers have been, all crowded together like that, have created a bank on this side, probably going out at least 6 or 7 feet that way, of a height of at least 2.5 feet of soil, or snow, and then at least 4 feet in that direction. Of course, the hedge has helped as well with deeper snow, and the sunflower patch has a lot more snow there, whereas the rest of the open ground has relatively little in comparison. You can see how quickly the mulch is thawing through the snow. So that's one of the benefits of leaving stuff standing. One piece of advice I wanted to give to anyone else whose spring is just around the corner: if you have allergies or respiratory issues at all, please use a particulate filtering mask when you're cleaning up plant debris in spring. Snow molds and different kinds of molds can really be a problem this time of year. I have had issues sometimes where I got a whole bunch of leaves from my grandmother who collected her leaves in the spring, and I'm not generally very allergy prone, but my eyes and nose swelled up so bad for 2 days I almost couldn't see, because there was so much sort of mucus almost in my eyes. There was so much inflammation there, I couldn't hardly keep them open. And I was lucky that that was only in my eyes and in my nose, not deeper into the respiratory. So use masks, use particulate masks. If you know you are prone to eyes as well as nose or respiratory stuff, use a full face mask if you need to, or goggles that'll keep your eyes separate. Just don't let the pollens and the molds get you down, especially if you have that kind of an issue this time of year. It's worth avoiding, that's for sure. I just figured I'd give you a brief little walk around, show you what we're doing today. Well, not what I'm doing today, but what it looks like today. And yeah, so I think that's all that I've got to say, and we'll be seeing you. All right, bye.